So here we go again.
First and foremost, anybody telling you that you gotta vote, that it's your duty, that you have to exercise the right, and that people died for you to vote. For one, people did die, but nobody walked out their house to go die for you to vote. They were killed by probably some racists that don't want to see us get anything. But I'm saying that to say this. Be skeptical of anybody telling you to vote and not telling you to ask for anything, or to tell you to just vote and not to get anything for your vote. That's not how it works. That's not the process. You don't vote just to vote. You vote because you're getting something, or your community is getting something. So everybody that's telling you that, man, look at them and say, what are you getting? Because people that just want you to vote and not ask for nothing, people that's in power that want you to vote but don't want you to get anything, or not asking for you to get anything economically, they suspect.
No, be skeptic of you. Anybody who tells you not to vote, tries to discourage you from vote, or have you misused your opportunity to vote, yeah, you should bring them into question. And honestly, I don't know if this is a video from 4 years ago, if this is AI, or if this is Ice Cube regurgitating what he said 3 years ago. But either way, it doesn't change what I'm saying. Ain't no time, ain't no strategy, ain't no reason why you would ever want to withhold your vote when you are trying to be an advocate for change. Yes, you should always be asking for something when you're going to vote, but also vote is also sometimes a defensive move too. I'm so tired of Ice Cube talking out of the side of his mouth, misrepresenting what is actually happening in the political spectrum and misleading his own community at a time when we should be all coming together for the betterment of the Black community. Successful entrepreneur, and he is wealthy. So his needs and his benefits and his concerns are going to be different. But see, he did this back in 2020. Even after 3 years of seeing Donald Trump, all of a sudden, when Biden was coming to challenge him in the upcoming election, all of a sudden he wants to have a contract with Black America. All of a sudden he wants to paint the narrative that there's wrong on both sides and we need to take a look at things, as if Donald Trump hadn't shown you enough in the past 40 years of his life. Let alone what he showed you during his presidency. He literally told you to your face, Ice Cube, that he saw no evidence of systemic racism in America. And some of y'all don't read and y'all don't know enough of what's going on to understand that what Joe Biden has done for the Black community in the past 3 years is more than what any president has done, that is going to make generational change and impact that extends beyond his presidency, whether he wins this fall or not. Well, he didn't even pass some of the stuff he promised us. Some of y'all don't even know that the student debt forgiveness is already happening. It's actually still happening. He still made the shit happen despite all the efforts of the Republicans to block their efforts to make sure the shit didn't happen. So if you don't get what you want, you're just not going to vote? How's that going to work? How's that going to get you closer to what you actually want? How is giving power to a man and a party that is actually doing everything against you to make sure you can't achieve? You don't want either one of them to get the vote. Oh, you don't want either one of them to get the vote. Oh, you want chaos, right? You want the House to pick the president. You want the Senate to pick the vice president. And then it'll be a shit show and then nobody will get nothing done. You realize the status quo is actually victory for the Republicans? Only one party's fighting for equality. Only one party sees diversity as a good thing. Only one party is fighting for women's bodily autonomy. There ain't no two choices to be made here. If you support Donald Trump, it's because you are a bigot, you are wealthy, or your ass is just ignorant. Wealthy I don't agree with, but I actually understand. They are going to get breaks. Their tax bracket is going to be the priority. Ignorant, poor, racist white man doesn't understand what's happening right up under his belt because Donald Trump does his rallies on loop to keep them in a stir. And as long as they hear that he's going to crack down on Mexicans and he's not trying to hear black people trying to fight against injustices against black people, as long as he throws the red meat that he promises to bring back the Muslim ban, they're good. They're going to be good. Raggedy F-150 could be smoking all the way down the road. Their fifth wheel could be leaning sideways. But damn it, Donald Trump tells it like it is, even when their ass ain't successful. Donald Trump can't even pull receipts on his own fucking receipts. After the backlash in 2020, now all of a sudden Ice Cube is going into ambiguity. And now his vote is personal. Yet he's not using his platform to let the black community know your ass needs to get out and vote if you want something. Have we learned nothing about celebrities? Most of them don't give a damn about the common man or woman unless you're feeding their ego or their pockets. I don't care if you like his movies, his music, or his 3-on-3 league.
Well, you know, Donald Trump is what Americans love. Donald Trump is what Americans aspire to be. Rich, powerful, do what you want to do, say what you want to say, be how you want to be. That's kind of been like the American dream. So he looks like a boss to everybody, and Americans love to have a boss. So, you know, that's his appeal to me.
No Vaseline.
I've told y'all Ice Cube ain't right. I've done videos showing you the connections between Ice Cube and Steve Bannon. I've done videos showing you the connections from Ice Cube to Steve Bannon and the Qatari government through his Big Three League. Ice Cube is beholden to Steve Bannon and the Qatari government. I've shown videos showing you that Ice Cube is connected to R.F. Kennedy Jr. and R.F. Kennedy Jr. is tied to Steve Bannon. I've shown you videos of Ice Cube giving chummy interviews to Tucker Carlson, in the back of a limousine riding through the streets of California. Ice Cube doesn't stand for the black community. Ice Cube stands for himself and his pockets and his Big Three League and the connection to make sure the Big Three League keeps rolling, which is through Steve Bannon and the Qatari government. Ice Cube does not stand for the black community. Ice Cube has shown us who he is. He comes out every election cycle and places this facade. He presents himself as the black rapper from Compton who's looking out for black people. If you pull all of that away, you will see his connections to Steve Bannon, Donald Trump, the Qatari government, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And they're all tied to each other. The people that Ice Cube is tied to do not stand for black people. November will soon be here. Make sure you choose wisely. And make sure y'all follow my brother Quinster. I'll tag him in the comments section. Wealth of information. Wealth of knowledge. He ain't feeling Joe Biden. He don't like Democrats. He don't like Republicans. But he's clear that for this election cycle, we are on the defensive. We're trying to save ourselves. And we're up against a whole bunch of monsters who wear a mask as if they stand for the black community when they don't.